Hi friends. Today, in this video, we will discuss some important facts that you need to know as an introduction to programming. So, what is a programming language? Programming is the process of creating instructions that a computer can follow to perform specific tasks. These instructions are written in programming languages, which serve as intermediaries between human language and the binary code that computers understand. A programmer, or developer, is an individual who writes these instructions, using their knowledge of programming languages to craft software, applications, and systems that meet various needs. Although computers only understand binary language, composed of zeros and ones, programming languages allow programmers to write code in a more human-readable form. This code is then translated into binary through a process called compilation or interpretation, enabling the computer to execute the desired operations. We will talk about compilation and interpretation later in this video. Now, let's first talk about the types of computer languages. Programming languages come in various types, each suited for different levels of interaction with computer hardware. Machine language is the fundamental language understood directly by a computer's central processing unit, CPU. It consists entirely of binary code, a series of zeros and ones representing basic instructions that control the hardware. While highly efficient and fast, machine language is challenging for humans to read and write due to its complexity and lack of abstraction, making it suitable primarily for low-level programming tasks that require direct hardware manipulation. Machine code, the most basic form of computer instructions, is difficult to use because it consists entirely of binary numbers, making it hard for humans to read and write. It lacks any form of abstraction, so programmers must manage every detail of the computer's operations, which is both complex and time-consuming. Simple tasks require many lines of code, increasing the risk of errors and making the code harder to debug and maintain. Additionally, machine code is specific to each type of processor, meaning it isn't easily transferable between different hardware, further complicating its use. Second one, assembly languages are a step closer to the machine's hardware. They use symbolic representations of the binary instructions that the computer's processor understands. Each instruction in an assembly language corresponds directly to a specific operation in the machine's instruction set. While assembly language is more readable than pure binary code, it still requires a deep understanding of the computer's architecture. Programmers use assembly language for tasks that require precise control over hardware, such as writing device drivers or optimizing critical sections of code. Low-level languages include machine code and assembly language. They provide little or no abstraction from a computer's instruction set architecture. Writing in low-level languages is highly efficient and fast since the code runs directly on the hardware without the need for translation or interpretation. However, this efficiency comes at the cost of complexity and difficulty in programming. And also it is really important to understand that both assembly language and machine language are computer architecture dependent. A computer architecture-dependent language is a programming language that is closely tied to the specific architecture of a computer's hardware. This means that code written in such a language is designed to work on a particular type of processor or hardware setup. Because of this dependency, programs written in an architecture-dependent language may not run correctly, or at all, on different types of hardware without significant modification. Assembly language is a prime example of this, as it uses symbolic instructions that are directly mapped to the machine code instructions of a specific processor architecture. Third one, high-level languages are designed to be easy for humans to read and write. They abstract away much of the complexity of the computer's hardware, allowing programmers to write code using logical commands and structures. Examples of high-level languages include Python, Java, and C++. These languages are highly portable, meaning the same code can run on different types of hardware with minimal changes. And also, there's a type of language called middle-level languages too. These middle-level languages bridge the gap between high-level and low-level languages. They provide a balance between ease of use and control over hardware. C is a classic example of a middle-level language. It includes high-level features like structured programming and rich standard libraries, while also offering low-level capabilities such as direct memory manipulation and hardware interaction. This makes middle-level languages versatile for a wide range of programming tasks, from system software to application development. Next, we will switch to the second important part of this video to talk about language translators. A translator or programming language processor is a computer program that converts the programming instructions written in human convenient form into machine language codes that the computers understand and process. Assembler. An assembler is a type of computer program that translates assembly language code into machine code, which is the low-level binary language that a computer's central processing unit, CPU, understands. Assembly language is a human-readable representation of machine code instructions, using mnemonic codes and symbols to represent specific operations and memory addresses. When a programmer writes code in assembly language, the assembler takes that code and converts it into the corresponding sequences of binary instructions that the CPU can execute directly. Assemblers are essential tools in the development of software that requires precise control over hardware resources, such as operating systems, device drivers, and embedded systems. Compiler. A compiler translates source code written in a high-level programming language into machine code that a computer can understand and execute. It performs various tasks such as lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic analysis, optimization, and code generation. Ultimately, it produces an executable file or binary that can run on the target platform. Interpreter. An interpreter is a computer program that translates and executes code written in a high-level programming language into machine-readable code or instructions, typically line by line. Unlike compilers, which translate entire programs into machine code before execution, interpreters execute code directly without producing a separate executable file. Interpreters are commonly used in scripting languages like Python, JavaScript, and Ruby, allowing developers to write code more interactively and with faster feedback loops during development. They are also used in environments where portability and ease of distribution are more important than raw execution speed. Now, let's talk about the difference between compiler and interpreter in detail. Here, we will analyze only a few main differences. 1. Execution process. Compilers translate the entire source code into machine code or an intermediate representation before execution. This means that the entire program is translated at once, and the resulting executable file can be run independently of the original source code. Interpreters, on the other hand, execute code line by line. They do not produce a separate executable file but directly translate and execute each line or segment of code as it is encountered. This makes the interpretation process slower compared to compilation since the translation occurs during runtime. 2. Performance. Compiled code tends to have better performance as it is already translated into machine code optimized for the target platform. Since compilation happens beforehand, there's no need to retranslate the source code during execution, resulting in faster execution speed. Interpreted code usually has lower performance compared to compiled code because each line or segment of code needs to be translated and executed during runtime. This overhead can lead to slower execution speeds, especially for complex programs or computation-intensive tasks. 3. Error reporting. In compilers, errors are reported in a batch format. The compiler performs a full scan of the source code, detecting all errors before attempting to execute the program. It generates a list of all detected errors, typically with detailed messages including the file name, line number, and a description of each error. The compiler halts the compilation process and does not proceed to generate the executable code until all reported errors are resolved. On the other hand, in interpreters, errors are reported as they occur during the execution of the program. Errors halt execution immediately upon encounter, and only the error that caused the halt is typically displayed. The interpreter does not proceed to interpret the remaining lines of code after encountering an error, so it does not display errors in those subsequent lines. 4. Portability. Compiled programs are typically less portable as they generate machine-specific code. This means that compiled binaries may not run on different architectures or operating systems without recompilation for each target platform. Interpreted languages are generally more portable since the interpreter can be installed on different platforms, allowing the same source code to run without modification. Interpreted languages abstract away hardware-specific details, making them more versatile across different environments. Now, let's talk about linkers and loaders, which are considered system software which plays an important role in the compilation process. They are crucial components of the software development process and play a fundamental role in converting source code into executable programs that can be run on a computer system. Imagine you have a program written in C, consisting of multiple source files, each containing different functions or variables. When you compile these source files, the compiler transforms them into object files specific to your platform. However, these object files alone cannot be directly executed. Here's where the linker steps in. It takes these object files, along with any necessary libraries, and combines them into a single executable file. During this process, the linker resolves references between different parts of the program, assigns memory addresses, and ensures that everything is coherent and ready for execution. So, in essence, the linker acts as the glue that binds all the disparate parts of your program together, creating a unified executable that can be run on your computer system. Loader. A loader is a system software responsible for loading an executable program into memory and preparing it for execution. It reads the program's executable file from the disk and allocates the necessary memory space for the program's code, data, and stack sections. The loader adjusts memory addresses within the program to ensure all references point to the correct locations, a process known as relocation. It also loads and links any required shared libraries dynamically, enabling the program to use external functions and resources. After setting up the execution environment, including initializing registers and setting up the stack, the loader transfers control to the program's entry point, allowing the CPU to begin executing the program. Thank you for watching this introduction to programming. I hope you found it informative and helpful. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more programming tutorials and tips. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to see covered in future videos, leave a comment below. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video.